gonna present about momentum. Let's begin!
Collisions happen when two or more objects come into contact with each other, and the transfer of momentum and kinetic energy occurs. Collisions occur every time you hit a baseball, bounce a basketball, or play pool. When objects collide in the absence of external forces, they form a system which the net momentum of both objects before the collision equal to the net momentum after the collision. There are two types of collisions, that are the elastic collision and the inelastic collision.
There are two types of collisions, elastic collisions and inelastic collision. An elastic collision is defined as no kinetic energy is lost, no damages occurred in objects involved, there is no generation of heat. In the real world, no collision is perfectly elastic because so many other forces come into play like friction, air resistance, and gravity. However, the game of pool offers a fairly good elastic representation. Pool tables and billiard balls try to reduce the amount of the friction, resulting to ideal elastic collisions. When the cue ball hits the resting of 8 balls, it sets the 8 balls in motion, transferring all of its momentum and kinetic energy. The cue ball comes to a rest.
The net momentum of the cue ball before collision is equal to the net momentum after collision. Momentum and kinetic energy are transferred and conserved. If the 8 balls is already in motion when a similarly moving cue ball hits it, then the 8 ball will gain the initial cue ball's momentum and the net momentum before and after the collision will be conserved.
If the 8 balls and the cue ball are traveling in the same speed and collide head-on, then they will bounce off each other with the same momentum but in opposite direction. Their momentum and kinetic energy are transferred and conserved.
So now we would like to conclude that momentum is being applied in our daily lives as usual.
It's only that whether we realize or not, it brings disadvantages or advantages to our life.
Now let's look at the question.